Welcome back to my channel, guys. So it is Vlogmas day 3. Can you guys believe I've uploaded for 3 days straight already? Like, that's crazy, but I'm excited. Today is day 3, and today was supposed to be a different vlog, but the package I had ordered for this vlog had got stolen. So we had to compromise and do something else. So I had to switch around a couple of videos in order to do this one. And if y'all hear wind, it's windy outside, so disregard that. But anyways, without further ado, we're gonna get into the video. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in a second. And before y'all try to come for me about being in the same shirt that I was yesterday, I recorded these videos on the same day. I just uploaded them on different days. So don't try to come for me, because I didn't send for you. Okay? All right, now back to the video. Okay, guys, so I'm back. So as you guys can tell by the title, this is going to be girl talk, answering questions, giving advice, whatever. So grab your popcorn, your snacks, your wine, whatever you want, and we're gonna get right into it. I got a lot of questions here, questions and advice that you guys either ask me personally that I know, or I've just seen on my comments, I've seen in different videos, things like that. And even questions that me at a young age were afraid to ask my parents or my grandparents or anybody like that. So I said, why not, take those questions that I had and put them in a video. So yeah, so I got my wine and I'm gonna ask some questions. So let's get into it. So I had to take a drink. Okay. So the first one is skincare routine. What do you recommend? So me, I'm a Mary Kay consultant. If you guys did not know that already, I am a Mary Kay consultant. So I use all Mary Kay products on my skin. I don't really use anything else but Mary Kay products. But before I became a Mary Kay consultant, I was using CeraVe, I was using Neutrogena, I was using Clean and Clear, I was using a whole bunch of different other stuff. And some products were working for me. I was using Aveeno, I was using Dove, I was using black soap. So those products were working for me at a point in time, but then they stopped working for me, so I had to find something else that worked for me. And the Mary Kay has been working for me for the last 2 years, a year and a half, somewhere around there. So yeah, that's what I use. But as far as skincare, it all just depends on your skin type and what you want to use. Like, a lot of people that I talk to, they use nothing but water. Some people use alcohol. Some people use witch hazel. It just depends on you and how you take care of your skin. So next question is, how do you deal with your cramps? Me, I either use my heating pad, I take medication for it, or I have, if you guys see my video yesterday, I have a heatable sloth that I put in the microwave and I heat it up for like maybe 30 seconds. I heat that up, get it warm, it's warm, I put it on my stomach and I just cuddle it and I just lay down and I just relax and do that. But it just all depends on your body. You can either take medication for it, you can use heating pad, you can use ice, it just depends on you. But I personally use either my heated sloth or a heating pad, or I just take medications, or I just sleep it off. Next question, let's see. Shaving routine or products? And products. Well, I just recently started waxing, so I don't necessarily shave anymore unless I have to. But what I would do is I would exfoliate the surface that I'm going to be shaving first. Once I exfoliate it, I get it nice and get all the dead skin off. I just take a female razor, and sometimes a male razor, just depends on which area I'm shaving. Get all the hairs off, and then once I do that, I make sure I rinse off, get all the product and the shaving cream or whatever I'm using off of it, and then I make sure it's rinsed, and I seal in my pores. And after I seal in my pores, I will put on either tea tree oil, shea butter, coconut oil, or anything like that, just to put on top so I won't get any dead skin or anything like that, just to make sure it's nice and moisturized. And I go about my day. Sometimes I even use baby oil. So like my aftershave products is either tea tree oil, coconut oil, shea butter, or baby oil. And then my during the shave, I use shaving cream. And if I don't have shaving cream, I just take a bar of soap and I get it really lathered up, and I do it that way. I normally do that with either Dove soap or Caris soap. I use bar soap when I do that. I don't use any like body wash when I shave. I use the bar soap when I shave those areas, just because I don't want any harsh chemicals or harsh perfumes in that area as I'm shaving it. And then once I'm done shaving, then I go in with my regular body wash, my regular, wash routine when I do that. But yeah, that's my shaving routine and products. How do you deal with stress? Honestly, not very good. I'm the type of person who holds everything in. I don't really like talking about my problems a lot. I either sleep it off, I eat, I don't eat, I listen to music. I don't really deal with my stress in a very healthy way, but if I were to tell anyone how to deal with stress, and what I've learned over the years of dealing with my stress, is to write it out. Write down what your stressors are. Get it out, get it on paper. So that way it's out of your head, out of your mind, out of your heart, out of your spirit. Just write it down. Either ball it up, throw it away, rip it up, burn it, whatever it may be, just to get it out. Talk to somebody, just vent about it, get it out. Don't hold it in, because the more you hold it in, the more you're going to take on, the more it's just going to bother you. So I'll say write it out, get it out, talk to somebody about it, because if not, you're going to wind up in a spiral and start spiraling out of control. And yeah, don't do what I do. Don't do what I do. Do what's best for you in your health and your mental. So with that question being asked, the next question is, how are you mentally? Honestly, when I got this question, I wasn't sure if I was going to answer it, but I want my content to be raw and cut and honest. So why not answer it? Mentally, I am going through. I do battle with GAD, which is generalized anxiety disorder, major depressive disorder, borderline personality disorder, CPSD, CPSD, PTSD. I'm currently working on testing for ADHD and ASD. I'm getting those tests done soon, and I'll get my results soon from my psychiatrist. But I am very masked at the moment. I'm masking a lot at the moment, and I'm holding in a lot at the moment, and I don't really know how to unmask myself. So yeah, mentally, I'm really all over the place. And I'm trying to get to a better place in my life, and I'm trying to get to a point to where I'm able to express myself and able to, just understand me better. But yeah. Another question was, how do you deal with fake friends? See, me, I'm that person that will cut somebody off in a heartbeat. Like, if I feel like you don't have the good intentions for me, or you're not pure, or you're not doing anything of my good benefit or for my good interests, you gotta go. You gotta go. So I cut people off in a heartbeat. So it's whatever. And I don't necessarily believe in second chances unless you earn it. But I'll cut you off in a heartbeat, and I'll let you go. Because I learned the hard way growing up. Like I used to say, everybody was my friend. Everybody was my friend. Everybody my friend. But then I learned the hard way that not everybody's your friend. Not everybody has good intentions. Not everybody has your good interests at heart. So you have to learn how to pick your friends and navigate through friendships in a healthy way. Because if not, you're gonna have friends that are just here to pry on you and get you down and prey on your downfall. So dealing with fake friends, you have to be mindful, and you have to be open hearted, and you have to be willing to get to know everybody for who they are, and not for, just because they go to school with you, or just because they're in your class, or just because you guys talk every day. I can talk to Sally every day, all day long, but is she really my friend if she goes behind my back talking about me to other people? Is she really my friend if she doesn't push me to my fullest potential? So you have to realize those people in your life. Next question. What do you think makes a good relationship, platonic or romantic? Um, I'm not sure if they're asking relationship wise as in friendships, or relationship wise as in, boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage, or whatever. But I'm gonna answer it both ways. As far as a platonic relationship, you have to be willing to I honestly don't know how to answer that question. So I'm not even going to try to answer it because I don't really know how to answer that question. Um, so I'm going to come back to that question because I want to make sure I answer it in a clear way so that you guys will understand. So we're going to put a flag on that question, and we're going to come back to it. Um, what is one thing you noticed first when you look at your crush? Well, because I'm single, I don't really have an answer for that, but I asked a couple people what they noticed first when they um, saw their crush, or found their crush, or found their significant other. And a lot of people had a similar answer. They looked at, their style, how they carry themselves, how they dressed, how they looked, their physical appearance, how, they presented themselves in public, and how they, talk to a person, how they approach a person. Those are some of the ways that I've heard, and like I said, I asked people several questions about it, and that's the answers that I've gotten. But me personally, I can't personally answer that question because I have not been in the actual committed relationship, or actual really had a crush on anybody to really answer that question. So, um, how to have self confidence. Having self confidence entails a lot. You have to know your self worth. You have to know that you are better than what you think. You, you have to know that you're better than what other people think. For me, self confidence was very hard for me growing up. I was so insecure about myself, about my appearance, about everything. So I had to learn. I had to learn how to just love myself, and how to, look at myself daily, to myself affirmations, and just talk to myself daily in the mirror like, hey girl, you're gorgeous. Like, you're that girl. You're that like, I just had to talk to myself like that, because if I didn't, I was always doubting myself. I was always criticizing myself. And as a person who went through bullying for a long time in their life, I used to take in those things to heart. So once I got out of that mindset of taking it to heart and just letting it fall off my shoulder and just getting out of my comfort zone, I started wearing things that I was not comfortable wearing before. I started, buying things that I knew I didn't think I looked good in. Like for a long time, I didn't think I looked good in yellow. For a long time, I didn't think I looked good in orange. But I started buying more of those colors and wearing more of those colors, or getting my nails done those colors, or wearing that color makeup, wearing that color accessories, and just looking at myself like, "Ooh, girl, you are cute. Yes, honey, that yellow is cute on you. That orange is cute on you. Yes, girl, you are that bee." Like just talking to myself and being my own hype person. Because if you're not your own hype person, who gonna hype you up better than you? I'll wait. Who's gonna hype your head up more than you can hype your own head up? I had to learn that. And now that I've learned that, girl, I hype myself up daily. I can look like somebody's little son, but I still be cute. I can look like somebody's first lady and still be the ish. Like, you just gotta have that mindset and hype yourself up, because who gonna do it better than you? I'm just saying. Um, the next question I was asked multiple times, was, why did you move to Warren, Ohio? Well, for those of you that know, and those of you who don't, those of you that know, you guys know why I moved. But those who don't know, I did in 2018, 2019, around that time, I did pack up and move to Warren, Ohio. And I moved here to really kind of start my life over. And I don't want to say start my life over like in a negative way. I just wasn't in a good headspace. I wasn't in a good mental space. I wasn't in a good spiritual place. I wasn't in a good physical place within myself. And so I wanted to go into an atmosphere that I particularly was familiar with, but wasn't comfortable with, if that makes sense. Like, I was comfortable because I had family there, but I wasn't comfortable because I didn't really know what the city contained of, per se. And what I mean by that is, yes, came here during the summer with my family, and I was here back and forth all the time visiting family, just for vacation or traveling or whatever the case may be. So I knew what was here, and I knew what to expect when I moved here. But growing up in a bigger city with better opportunities and better, bigger everything, is much different than being somewhere that's small and not having the resources that you need to do what you have to do, and basically having the freedom to just do whatever. So I wanted to move here so I can get my head on straight, so that because I know that the city is small, you have to take advantage of a lot more resources to get where you need to be. And because I wasn't driving, wasn't in school at the time, I wasn't working at the time, I wasn't living life to my full potential. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just move here, get a good head on my shoulders, get my life together, make a career out of myself, and just find who I am as a person, find who I am as a woman, find who I am as an adult, find who I am in me. And it started out really good. It started out, I got a job, I was making something to myself. It started out really good. Then some things happened, life started lifing, and girl, just things got out of control. But here I am, 4, 5, 6 years later. I have my own place. I am in school. I'm currently looking for a job. I had a job before. I had multiple jobs before, but I'm currently looking for a job because, jobs come and go. You grow out of a job, things happen, whatever. But I have I have a pretty thick head on my shoulders now. Pretty thick head. I've been through so much, more than what you can imagine, and I've been able to learn from mistakes. I've learned lessons. I've learned hard lessons. I've learned good lessons. I've learned so much in the transition that I made, and I met great people, and I was able to, you know, make connections that I never would have made if I wouldn't have made that decision to move here. And I'm thankful for the connections that I have made being here. And I know that when my time comes to transition somewhere else, those connections are still going to be in my corner, supporting me throughout my journey in my life. Because I'm still young, so I have so much more life to live, and I have so much more experimenting to do. So I know that I have people in my corner that's going to push me to my potential because they know I can do it. So that's just a little bit of why I decided to move here. If you guys want a more in-depth video on my actual journey of moving here and everything like that, comment down below and let me know, and I'll, go into further detail about that. What hair care products do you use? I kind of use anything, honestly, but now that I would say I used to use everything and anything and everything. I used to use Eco, I used to use Cantu, I used to use Pantene, I used to use Suave, I used to use Shea Moisture, I used to use African Beauty, I used to use a whole bunch of different stuff. But now that I'm in cosmetology school, I use whatever we have at school. I use Sexy Hair, I use a brand, I use design essentials. I use more professional brands now than anything, because if not, my hair wouldn't be as healthy as it is now. I know it's put away right now because it's not done, but that's okay. But my hair is super healthy now that I've actually got a regimen going for my hair. It's very healthy. It's thick as ever. Like, my hair's always been thick, but my hair now has been just flourishing, and it's just been really thick. But yeah, so I typically just use the more professional name brands. It's more expensive. Like, my favorite product right now is by Alapui, and they have a lavender mint shampoo and conditioner that I love so much on my hair, and I use that all the time. They also have a tea tree one that I use, and it's just amazing. And yeah, so those are just some of the products that I use and some that I used to use. I didn't stop using them because they weren't working for me. I just stopped using them because I saw more flourishment in my hair when I changed products. So I'm not knocking those products. If you want to use them, or if you use them, continue to do what you do. If it's working for you, go ahead and do it. If it's not working for you, then maybe you can change, find something else that works for you. But I personally stopped using it because I found something that actually works better for my hair than those products. Some of these questions got a little spicy. So just a fair warning. If you are under the age of 18, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and click off now. And I'll give you some time to do that. Okay, they should be gone to bed by now or whatever they're doing. Those of you. But now that I have my girlies that are 18 above, we can get back into the questions. So the next question was, how many times do you go back to an ex before it's enough? See, me personally, I was young and dumb. So I went back to my ex like twice. Why? I don't know. I was just young, dumb, and naive. And I thought I was in love, but I was just young and dumb. That's all I can say. You have to really know your self-worth and know how much you are worth as a young woman, as a woman in general, before you decide to go back and forth with an ex or go back to an ex, whether it's a female or a male, whatever the case may be. You have to really know your self-worth. You have to know what your worth as a woman. You have to know what your worth is as a person in general, because some of these people out here ain't worth two pennies. Like, they only want you because of what's in your pants. So you have to realize if this person is with you for you, or are they with you because they want to get in your pants. Let's be real. Like, some of these people out here, I'm trying to watch my words because I know I got younger people who follow me, but yes, you have to really be mindful of who you decide you want to get in a relationship with, because they could be young and dumb as well. They could be dirty. They can just not have your best intentions. So you just, like, same with friends. Like I said previous, you have to watch their intentions. You have to be mindful of the people that you surround yourself with and put energy into, because at the end of the day, you have to be with that person for as long as you can handle. So if you with somebody whose intentions are bad, your life is just gonna be bad. Like, I don't know how else to explain it, but you have to be mindful of that and just know your worth. Like, I can't emphasize that enough. You have to know your worth as a person, as a human, as a woman, as a young girl, as a female, as a male. You have to know your worth when it comes to anything and everything. Next question before I go on a tangent. And I want to try to get through as much of these as I can because there's a lot of them. Next question: how do you properly wash your private area? Me personally, I use water in that area for the first, and I normally go over that area 3 times. I use water for the first time. I, like, because your lady parts washes itself, right? It cleanses itself, right? So I typically, use water in that area on the inside and the out, clean out whatever may be there, whatever, any excess tissue, whatever that may be trapped in there from, especially as bigger girls, we have to be mindful of that area. So I use water down there first. Then I go in with, I know you're not supposed to use soap in that area, but as long as you're careful and you are using it using it, I don't want to say generously, but using it the right way, properly, you should be good. So I go in with the feminine wash that is strictly for the V area, and I have a soap in my bathroom. It's called the V area, and I use that in that area. I wash over the front area. I wash over the top part only. I don't go inside. I just wash the top part of that, wash that off, rinse it off, run water on it again, and then I go back over it with more water just to make sure I get all the soap out. I go on the inside with the water, make sure it's good, and I make sure I dry that area out really, really good, because if you leave water and you leave that area wet, you can cause yeast infections, you can get any type of infection. You make sure you get every nook and cranny of that area clean and make sure you dry it out. I've seen people use blow dryers to dry that area out. Stand underneath a fan if you have to, stand over a vent, make sure that area is dry. Take your towel, make sure you get in there and dry it out so that you won't leave any moisture in that area that can cause yeast infections, any type of infection in that area for not it being cleaned properly or it being dried properly. I hope that makes sense. Next question. Do you get ingrowns or discoloration? If so, what do you use for it? When I was shaving, I would get a lot of ingrowns or dark patches from shaving, because I learned in cosmetology school that shaving makes make sure you have discoloration, meaning because it's only going through the surface of the hair, so you're just cutting off the top layer of the hair. You're not really getting to the hair follicle. So when I started waxing, I've seen those areas lighten up, especially like my armpit area or my V area. I've started waxing those areas because it gets down to the hair follicle and actually pulls the hair up by the follicle, and it prevents any ingrowns, it prevents any discoloration, it prevents any of those discomforting symptoms that you may have from the ingrowns and things like that. Next question is, does it hurt to get the vag waxed? Personally, I don't really know. I only been waxing for maybe a few months now, and I mainly wax my armpit area and just the top part, like that part underneath your stomach. That area is where I wax. I've never actually waxed the lip part of that. I still shave that part. Because I'm just afraid and just cringy to even experience that. But if I do experience that, I will come back to you and let you know. But for now, I'm gonna just keep doing what I do. I'm gonna wax the top part, the part underneath my stomach, and then the other part, the lip, the top part. I'm gonna just go ahead and continue shaving that or narrowing that or whatever I do, because baby, just thinking about it makes me just cringe, because that just sounds painful. Like, I haven't personally tried it. My mama said that it don't hurt once you get used to it. But baby, I'm not doing it until I feel like I'm ready to do so. When I build up the courage and build up the strength to experience that, I'll let y'all know. I may take y'all along on a journey. But as of right now, I'm gonna keep on shaving. Cause no. Nah, ma'am. Need a sip to that, because that just, whew. That just made me just thinking about it just made me just, Anyways, next question. Were you nervous losing your V card, and how did you know the time was right? Oh, child. Honestly, it's never the right time. There's never a right time to do anything. Life just starts lifing and things are thrown at you. But there's never a right time to lose your virginity. And I say that because it's not what everybody makes it seem like it's gonna be. It's not, oh yay, this happened. It's not all peaches and cream. When you know you're ready, when you're physically and mentally prepared to. When I did it because my best friend was doing it. When I did it because I felt left out, because all of my friends that I had at the time had lost theirs, and I was the only one in the friend group who was still a virgin. That's the only reason why I did it. So I am coming to you now face to face in this video, on this phone, this TV, this computer, this iPad, this whatever device you're watching me on right now. I'm coming to you to let you know, don't do it for peer pressure. Don't do it because someone else is doing it. Don't do it because your friends are. Don't do it because you see Sally, Susie, and Mary getting their cheeks clapped. You want to get your cheeks clapped too. No, that's not how that works. Don't do it because of that. I did that so that you guys won't have to do it. I did it so you won't have to go through what I went through. And when I did it, he was I almost said the word, but that little boy was dirty. He didn't shower properly. He didn't use soap when he showered. Sorry guys, my battery wanted to die. We don't want that. But like I was saying, don't do it because Sally and Susie did it. Do it when you are ready. Like I said, there's really never a good time to lose it. But if you feel like you are at that stage in your life to where you want to start, experimenting, go ahead. But make sure you use protection. Make sure it's with somebody that's actually clean. Make sure it's somebody that actually washed yourself when, after, and before they do it. And if you're going to and you don't want to use protection, make sure you get frequent checks when you are doing so. I always use protection when I did it. There was one time when the condom did break, but I made sure I got myself checked afterwards because we're not doing that. We not going down that route. We're not doing that. No. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. We not doing that. Okay, sorry guys, my battery died, so I had to switch to another device. So like I was saying, don't do it because your friends are doing it. Don't do it because you've seen everybody doing it. Do it when you're ready. Even though, like I said, there's never really a time to tell when you're ready. It's just going to happen when it happens. So when that time comes, make sure you have the proper protection that you have. And yeah. Next question. Hold on, let me make sure this is okay. Okay, next question. Have you taken birth control? And if so, did you gain weight from being on birth control? Yes, I have taken birth control before, and yes, I did gain weight. I started taking birth control when I was, I think 16 is when my doctor put me on it. She put me on it because at first she put it on it to help regulate my menstrual cycles. But instead, because my menstrual cycles are and have always been very irregular. It's a thing in the women in my family where our cycles are always irregular. So she put it on me. She put me on it, sorry, so that I can try to regulate my cycles. But instead, it made me sick and I gained weight. So we had to try another route, but we never went back and tried another birth control. So I'm not on birth control I'm not on birth control now, but she gave me some to try. And then back in 2021, my doctor tried to put me on one again to regulate my cycles, but it did the same thing. It just made me gain weight. It did not help with my cycles. It just made me gain weight and caused me other issues. So I had to end up getting surgery, and it was a whole process. If you want me to go more into detail about that, comment down below and let me know, and I'll go into detail about that. Thank you. Girl, why'd you just say thank you? I don't even know why I just said thank you, but disregard that. Next question. Do you see yourself in a relationship with a female? Why or why not? No. Just simply no. I don't see myself in a relationship with a female at all. I'm too dramatic for that. I'm just too feminine and too dramatic for it. I don't think a female will be able to handle me when it comes to that. I feel like my angle is not given. I don't know what's happening. I feel like the angle is not given. We'll fix that later. As the camera proceeds to fall again. Whatever. But yeah, I don't personally feel like I would be able to do that. Do you frequently change your underwear when getting discharged? I mean, I change my underwear every day, so I don't know what you're really asking. I didn't really know what that person was asking when they asked me this question, but I change my underwear every day because I shower every day, most of the time twice a day. So yeah, I don't know how else to answer that question. I don't know. But anyways, how do you maintain a good smell throughout the day? I just shower every day. In the morning, at night, use perfume, use lotion, use oils, whatever the case may be. But I make sure my hygiene is on point all day and every day because you shower every day. You should be showering every day regardless, But I shower every day, and I make sure I use, you know, either perfume or oil or something that's going to make me, you know, feel good and smell good. That's that's the best I can give you on that one. I don't really know how else to answer that. And I need my camera to sit up. Okay, we're just gonna do it like this. I hope you guys can still see me. Even though I feel so far away, but whatever. Y'all see my little cow in the background? What do you do when you get really bad cramps? I kind of already answered that question earlier, but I'll reiterate. I either use a heating pad, I take medication, or I just sleep it off. I don't feel comfortable answering this next question, so we're gonna skip that. Did you have a pregnancy scare losing your V card for the first time or any time? Yes, actually, my second time having intercourse, I did have a pregnancy scare. And the only reason why is because, yes, my cycles are irregular, but it would normally come every 2 to 3 months. And when it didn't come for like 6 months, I was scared. So I took like 3 pregnancy tests and they all came back negative. I went to the doctors, they came back negative. But your girl was scared shitless. And needless to say, we have no kids. So that was my experience. But just always be careful when it comes to that. How do you feel about people constantly comparing women? I actually hate that because not even no women or men is the same. We're all ourselves and we all have our own personality. So comparing me to another woman is like comparing apples to oranges. It's not the same. Yes, they're both acidic fruits. Yes, they both are healthy for you. But me comparing myself to J-Lo, it's not. We're two different people. She has her own life and I have my own life. So why would I sit here and compare Sally to Susie? And they both have their own life. They both live their life the way they live their life. So there's no point of comparing anybody to anybody because we're all made differently. We're all human, yes. We all live our own lives. We all have our own lives. We all have our own personalities. So what's the point of comparing anybody to anything or anybody to anyone? It doesn't make sense to me. So I really hate that. We answered that question already. How do I open up? How do I open up to friends and getting a real understanding with them or honest connections? Honestly, just be 100% with them. Just tell them whatever it is you need to tell them. Just be yourself. Just be open and honest. Honesty is the best policy. So if you want an honest connection with somebody, be honest from the jump. Be honest from the start. You know, just tell them how you feel. Like, yes, it may be hard, but being honest is the only way you can get an honest connection with somebody when it comes to relationships, friendships, whatever the case may be. So just be yourself and just go from there and see how it is. Just take it baby steps if you have to. We answered this question already. So let's go back. Let's see here. Next question. Were you ever able to successfully wear tampons? Apologies if this is TMI. Funny story about that. I didn't start wearing tampons until I was in my 20s. I was like 18, 19 when I started wearing them. I was 19. We were going to a water park and my lady time had came on and I wanted to go to the water park. But because my lady time was on, I wasn't going to be able to do it if I didn't learn how to use a tampon. So my cousin and one of our friends at the time actually had to walk me through the process of putting one in. I was able to get it in, but it was the most uncomfortable thing ever. I still to this day only use them when I'm either going swimming or if I know I'm going to be, say if I'm going on a road trip and I'm going to be in the car longer than a few hours, I use them. But I personally will stick to pads or the period diapers because me and tampons do not get along. We have a love-hate relationship. So yeah, that's my take on that. But if you use tampons, you like it, I love it. Me personally, I don't like them. And I don't like the concept of having to stick something up there. It just, a lot of things make me cringe. And that's one of them. Having to stick something up there and just pull it out. Like, no, that's just, it makes me cringe. So, mm-mm. Mm-mm. These questions are so spicy. But anyways, the next question. Am I the only one am I am I the only one who is way more horny during PMS than I am ovulating? I don't remember who asked me that question, but honey, I can't answer that question for you because I don't know. I personally, when I'm PMSing or when I'm ovulating, I just get really, really hungry. And I want everything. I want snacks. I want ice. I want chocolate. I want sweets. Like I just have a big sweet craving when I get to that time. I want sweets. I want sweet stuff and I want some salty stuff. Like I just want snacks and I just want food. So I really can't personally answer that question for you. Maybe you just have to, I would probably tell you to just start tracking your symptoms and your cravings around that time and keep track of it cuz I don't know. I really can't answer that question. Next question. How do you suddenly scratch the cooch? I mean, besides going to the bathroom, I've I've done one of those like I'm fixing my pocket, I put my hand in my pocket and I just, wiggle my hands and adjust my hands over to that area and just go to town. Especially like when the hairs start growing back, you get like me personally when my hairs start growing back, that's when I get it starts to itch because your hair is growing back in the area. But I don't really have that problem as far as having to scratch down there. But if I, like I said, if I did, when my hair starts growing back, I just put my hand in my pocket and just wiggle over to that area and just go to town. But other than going to the bathroom, honey, I can't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Um, how to stop relying on makeup to look pretty and embrace your natural skin. Just look at yourself daily and tell yourself how beautiful you are with and without makeup. Makeup is to enhance your beauty. Makeup is to give you some color or some depth or some, highlights or whatever. It's not to change who you are. It's not to change your look. It's to help you feel, beautiful. You should feel beautiful with it and without it. So in order to feel beautiful without it, you have to go without it. Like what I did was growing up, I used to always want to wear makeup. My mom would not let me wear makeup until I was old enough to do it myself. But I constantly would just get up, wash my face, put on some nice oil, some nice lotion, Vaseline, whatever the case may be, and just go about my day. I, you know, I just went without it for a while, and I just constantly looked at myself and told myself how beautiful I was without makeup, and I just went about my day. And that's how I did that. And even when I have makeup on, I'd be like, "Oh, girl, you cute." Ooh, girl, you're beautiful. Ooh, girl, you're gorgeous. Like, you the stuff. You the ish. Like, just hype yourself up. Like I said earlier, just hype yourself up. And hyping yourself will give yourself that confidence, that self love, and just love yourself. Because you don't love yourself, who gonna love you? Like, I have to tell myself that if I don't love myself, who gonna love me more than me? Because baby, I loves myself. It took me a while to get there, but I love myself. So just love who you are, to love the skin you are in, because you have to deal with yourself from the time you're born to the time you die. So just love yourself, embrace yourself, and hype yourself up. Be your own hype person. Period. What's your motto in life? My motto is live life to the fullest. And like my shirt say, be the flavor of fruit. Basically what that means is be who you want. Be the love that you want. Be the love that you want other people to give you. Be the light that you want to see in other people. Be who you want to be. Just be you. Let your light shine regardless, and just love you for you. That's my motto. Next question. I want to love myself, but when I try, I think of it as cringe. How do I love myself? This goes back into the other question that I said. First, you have to get out of the mindset of loving yourself and self love is cringy. You have to. Sorry, I know I keep looking this way because my sensory is on overload right now, so I'm kind of just I'm stimming right now, and I'm masking at the same time. So just regard that. Just bear with me as we get through this video. But yeah, so just you know get past the thought of loving self love as being cringy, and just do it. Just love yourself for who you are. Look at yourself in the mirror, say affirmations to yourself, write letters to yourself, put sticky notes around your house with different quotes of affirmations, different self-love quotes and things like that. Just love yourself for who you are, and you'll eventually really start enjoying being around yourself and loving who you are. um I don't feel comfortable answering that question. I'm not answering that question or that question. Don't feel comfortable answering that question. Some of these questions I don't feel comfortable answering, so I'm not going to answer. It's not that I don't want to answer the question in general. It's just that I personally don't have the spoons to answer some of these questions, so I'm not going to answer them. I already answered that question. That's not really a question for this video. Don't really want to answer that question either. Okay. Then I have two more questions. The next question is, how do I use a vibrator? First of all, I want to know why you want to know why. I want to know why you want to know how to use that. Two, I can't answer that question because I've never used one. And three, don't they come with instructions? Like, I need to know. Like, I have questions for you. Even though you asked me the question, I just have questions for you for asking me that question. I don't really want to know the answer to the question, but I want to know the answer to the question. Because what? I'm a just. Because why? Anyways, the last question is, well, it's really not a question. It's just they were asking for advice. I'm 21 and I never experienced true love. Is that okay? I do like the idea of love though, but I never had it. Sweetie, you're 21. I'm 24 and I've never experienced true love myself either. But what I would tell you is it's definitely okay not to have experienced true love this far because you are just in your prime age. You're just in the age of living your life and learning who you are. So that's okay if you have not experienced true love. Because, like I said, I haven't experienced true love and I'm 24. I'll be 25 in May. What I would tell you is just to keep being who you are, just keep living your life the way you live your life. I don't know how you live your life, but live your life however you live your life and just be you. When it's your time to love somebody, they will come find you or you will find that person and your journey will start from there. So don't rush into true love because you don't want to rush into something and then you wind up hurt in the end. So just keep being you, keep living how you're living, and when the time is right, you will find that somebody. When the time is right, I will find that somebody, and we gonna be great together. So just keep being you and just love yourself and do what you do. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Okay, guys, that was the last of the questions that I had. Some of them questions got intense, they got spicy, they got deep. But I really enjoyed doing this video and I really enjoyed answering the questions and advice that you guys have asked me, or people, either you guys asked me in my comments, you guys asked me in my inbox, or you guys were just afraid to ask your parents the question, so you asked me. And I don't mind that. I don't mind being that person that can answer questions that you're afraid to ask anybody else, because I was like that at a point in time in my life. And sometimes I'm still like that. But if you like this video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you want me to do these videos, if you want me to do more of these videos, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you smash that like button, you smash that subscribe button, and you turn on that bell so you can get notified when I post. But this is the end of Vlogmas Day 3, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the next video. And I love you all. Remember, the only way from here is up. Peace, love, and happiness. Bye.